Hello, students. Let us start off with the next topic, that is training and development. So far, we have completed under the functions of management of staffing. That staffing starts off with recruitment and selection. So once the recruitment and selection is done and the placement and orientation is completed, the next step is to train and develop the employees or the workforce. So what exactly is training and development? So training, the first term training, it refers to increasing an employee's or a prospective employee's knowledge, his available skills and his abilities as an employee in doing that particular job. So it has a continuous process. It's a continuous process of improving the person's skills in that particular job, and it is very much systematic. It aims to enable that employee or ensure that the employee is able to perform better in that particular job in what he is preparing, and it helps him to prepare him for facing higher challenges and higher responsibilities. On the other hand, development, what do you think means by development? So development is nothing but to ensure that the employee is able to prepare himself for handling more of responsibilities and challenging jobs, not just by training himself for or improving his knowledge in that particular job, but also to bring out their hidden qualities or hidden skills that is there in them. So development focuses more of an overall growth, more of like an attitude, or how can he motivate himself to do better, not just on the work but also be say facing the society. How can he be more responsible, and how can he work better? How can he provide himself for the company? What better, or how better can he serve the organization apart from his work qualities? So that is what comes under development. So there is a personal overall personal growth that is involved with development. Then the next term is education. So education comes as a part of training itself. It's education is something of improving or increasing the knowledge or information regarding anything that is related to the work you do or work that employee has to do. So that is what is education. So what is the importance of this training, development and education in an organization? So it increases, the first thing, it increases the productivity of the employees. An employee, if they're well trained, they're able to perform better in the job. It helps in increasing the productivity. So what happens when productivity increases? It's not just the quantity of work increases, it's also the quality of work, or the accuracy of work increases. Then again, it helps in grooming future managers. So once employees are trained and developed by giving them proper challenging jobs, it helps them to take up future responsibilities or better responsibilities. It helps them to groom themselves as a manager in case of emergencies, or say if at all any requirement of manager comes up in an organization, they can take up from the existing staff itself. Then again, what it does is it tries to boost or improve employees' morale. So it not only, training, development and education not only improves the employee's performance, but it also improves the attitude of an employee. And an employee is always motivated himself to work more for the organization. It helps the organization to reduce labor turnover and grievances. All this happens only if there is proper training and development courses given to the employees. Then another important feature, or say importance of giving training and development and education to the employees, is that they are able to adapt to the changing environment. Say for example, a new software has been developed, and that software is being used in the market in that particular offices, or the competing offices. If they use that software more, the current company can always give training for that new software which the competitors are using, so that it helps them to improve their working skills, right? And they are able to keep up with technology, and it helps them to increase their organization's growth prospects and profits as well. Then how does it make how do you think training and development differ from each other? So training is usually a short term process. Development is more of a career oriented process. So hence it will be a long process actually, right? And it development is usually done on a course when the employee is working within that vacancy itself. So it's like the employees, say for example, in the companies which I have worked, development courses will be given, like say one for example for personal development, maybe like for it's a month's course, so every weekend you'll have to attend that, and maybe online, it may be face to face. Then another example for such course can be a skill development, soft skill development. So that is again a development course which is given to the employees, like on a maybe fortnightly. So trainings or development courses like these will be given to the employees, so that it's for a long term process, so that they can keep refreshing themselves for these skills. So the next topic is training methods. So different organizations do or adopt different kinds of training methods. It can be a combination of different training methods, or it can be one particular say a training method the companies may follow. So the major methods of training can be broadly divided into on the job training methods and off the job training methods. Now on the job training methods include apprenticeship, coaching, internship training, and job rotation. Now coming to on the job training methods, as the name speaks for itself, on the job training refers to those kind of methods which is those kind of training methods that happen while working, or when you are at the working place itself. It's like a real time training method. You train yourself while you're working. It's like that. It's like learning while doing. So in this method, the employee follows the orders and instructions given from the supervisor, or maybe your senior, your superior who's next to you in line, or maybe sometimes it can be any experienced employee. It's not necessary that it should be your supervisor or your senior. It can be anyone who's experienced than you. So such kind of training methods are called on the job training methods. So such examples can be given here are apprenticeship. So apprenticeship, in these methods there are trainees. They work under supervisors. Actually more than supervisors, you can call them experts. So these experts guide them and on how to do the job while they are doing the job. So it's like it's more like a development of knowledge and skill in technical jobs at that particular period. So it's like a definite period of training is given. That is what is apprenticeship. You might have heard of apprenticeship programs like for 6 months or something like that, and the remuneration will be in form of a stipend. So you can see such apprenticeship. You would have heard it will be most probably for carpenters or such technical skills involved. Wherever such jobs are there, you can see apprenticeship training. Then you can see coaching. Coaching is again a superior, where a superior will guide you or instructs you to develop certain say skills or qualities while you're working. So it's like they'll be they provide you with certain guidelines to do one particular job. So it's like they give you an opportunity to handle complex situations, if at all, and it helps that employee or that candidate to improve his weaknesses, or maybe to overcome his weaknesses, to put better in words. And it helps in developing a potential in those subordinates when appropriate coaching is given to them. The next is internship training. Again, it's like vocational institutes. They provide you an arrangement with business enterprises where when you're a student itself, you can go and work in big companies so that you get some practical experience. That is the main aim of internship training. You get a proper exposure towards the real life corporate world, or maybe any other education systems like that. it's like what happens is you get a better theoretical knowledge with the practical experience hand in hand. So that is what is the benefit of internship training. Another type of training method is job rotation. So job rotation, what happens is in job rotation, a trainee, say he keeps shifting from one department or one team, from one job to another job, like that. So it can be say a time of 6 months or so. So what happens in such job rotational situations is that the work experience of employees, or the skill set or the knowledge of the employees, will improve drastically, because you get to handle different kinds of tasks at different periods of time. So what happens is your database of say a skill set or knowledge definitely increases. So it's like a hand-on experience on everything. Say for example, you have been shifted from production department to finance department, from finance to accounts. So what happens is here is that you get a knowledge and you get a skill of handling all the three departments, not the departments, but at least maybe some job positions in either of these departments. So that is what job rotation does. Next comes the off the job training methods. So this is this kind of methods. Here the training will be given to the employee while he is away from his job, or probably before he is given the job. That is, say, to be more precise, before he joins the company. Okay, so it can be classroom lectures and conferences. It can be online, maybe face to face, maybe providing them informations in form of films, or probably web series, or probably like videos, short videos, providing them with case studies. So if you take an example from my company where I have worked prior, so they have provided different case studies with different scenarios from the same team. So what happens is you understand like how to go with certain matters, how do you deal with certain matters if at all such situations occur, and what can be the optimum solution or the best solution to say solve that problem. So in this method, the trainees, or say the employees, will be asked to analyze a particular case. Okay, you will be given a case, and under viewpoint you'll have to identify the problem and recommend possible solutions or the best solutions to it. So this helps you to improve your conceptual idea and your problem solving skills. Then comes computer modeling. Then in this method, the computer will be programmed in such a way that you will be shown some say aspects of the job which you are yet to do. Say for example, such kind of training methods can be seen in how they train pilots, Air Force. You can see these kind of computer model trainings. Then comes vestibule training. It's a very interesting type of training methodology. Here the actual work environment will be created for you to act and to train yourself. Something like you have a dummy situation, or like how you have a dummy model, how you learn on that dummy model. It's just like that. It's like the best examples are workshops. Okay, if you are interested in photography, you would have seen a number of workshops for photography, right? Or maybe for artists or for music, different workshops will be available for you. So what you get to do is that you get prepared. You are able to prepare yourself under these workshops, as in it's a real life situation or a real life moment. So that such training method is called a vestibule training. Then comes programmed instructions. Here it's like you have certain information that will be given to you as bits of information that you'll have to form in a logical or a sequential learning package. It's like it can be in form of certain illustrations or maybe materials like that. So that is what is a programmed instruction. So most of the time the training methodologies you get might be on the job training, such as job rotation, sometimes internships, and when it comes to off the job, most probably you may get classroom lectures. It all depends on the size of the company and the type of work you do. All these training methodologies depend on that, or maybe it can be a combination like I said earlier. So this is what this is where we will be concluding our chapter with the training methods. So please go through the textbook, come back. If at all you have any doubts, I'll be available for you. Let me know if at all you need any help with any of these say methodologies or any of the previous topics which we had covered. And please go through the textbook and try to answer the textbooks questions and case studies that is available in the NCERT textbooks. So let us see for the next class. Thank you so much.